Hello, Diane. Lillian, how you doing? I'm ready for summer. It ain't cold here, but it ain't warm either. Oh, feeling a little bit better. I did something sort of stupid today. I'm fixing to start trying them quail eggs, and I was going to see if them chicken eggs still bothered me. So I ate a couple chicken eggs and paid the price for it this afternoon. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Miss Janice. But I found out I'm still allergic to chicken eggs. Nope, no bueno. About like normal. I ate them about 2 hours later. Felt like I swallowed a damn hot rock or something. Crystal, I'm doing great. How about you? Yeah, I can imagine that, Janice. Boy, Yuma's sure a lot different than quartzite, isn't it, Crystal? Yeah, if everything keeps going right, it should. It's so funny. You're in quartzite and everything is dry and no water. You get down close to Yuma, and man, there's them green fields and truck farms and stuff. Yeah, yeah, you getting further south. Hello, Daniel. I've seen so many movies about that prison down there that I want to go through it. Did you go through it while you was down there? Not a bad tour. Daniel, what you been up to today? Oh Lord. There you go. Kick back and relax. You better get 2 or 3 books. Red's the only one that do it, but every time I go in there and pull that lid loose to check and see if they got enough water and food, he goes crowing. Oh, boy, they got a weird sounding crow. What kind of beer are you drinking, Daniel? I can't never tell if I keep ordering eggs. Well, see, that's another first for you, Crystal. Yeah. I don't imagine it's going to be like that. Never heard of that one. Crystal, you sound like me. I have never found a wine that I liked. I found a couple of them that I could tolerate, but I didn't like them. Wasn't something I'd go buy. Yeah. When I was in the service over in Asia, the French nuns over there had a leper colony, and I was medic. We used to go out there about once a month and help them out and do surgery and all kind of stuff on a med cap. And they'd always fix us a big meal. Well, the French drink wine like we drink water. They, but anyway, there's one of them little old nuns that's about the same age as I was. And I said, give me a Coke, glass of water, anything, but I don't like it wine. And she told me, said, I'll tell you what, I'll find one you like. And she took me downstairs in that church, and there must have been 10,000 bottles of wine down there, and they don't tell them what some of it cost. I bet you I tried 150 different kinds of wine. And like I say, there's a couple of them I could tolerate. Never did find one I liked. But I did find out one thing, that the cheaper the wine is, the better I liked it. We don't have no wine drinkers in here, huh? Yeah, maybe so. An MD 2020. Yeah. Strawberry Hill, or what's that other one? I don't know. Yeah, Boone Farm. There you go. That was what I was trying to think of. Yeah. The funniest things I ever heard in my life, I was on a deer lease, and some of them boys come down to deer lease and stopped and bought a couple bottles of that Boone Farm. And they got to drinking that stuff. By the time they got to the deer lease, they were potted, I mean, big time. Well, they were talking about going back to town and see if they could find another bottle. Well, one of the guys started getting sick. And you ain't never heard anything as funny as two drunk, and one of them never has thrown up, and the other one trying to tell him how to throw up. I rolled. I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe. Well, back in my younger days when I was in the service, Daniel, I drank pretty heavy. And I don't know, I guess I just got full of it. Uh, yeah, I used to drink like I was scared they wasn't going to make no more of it. They might have, Janice. You don't think you'll be a converted wine drinker then, Crystal? I've never passed out from drinking. And I used to drink a lot. Probably not. Oh, that beer over there is strong, isn't it, Daniel? Mm. Yeah, there's something about drinking like that. You can't win. It's going to get you sooner or later. Now, there are two times I drink. If I'm out on the river on a camping trip or something, I may sit down and mix a drink. Or around a big campfire, a bunch of folks around it. But I don't drink much then. Ooh. Oh, they make some drinks that go down smooth now. I love those salty dogs. When I was growing up, when I was 12, I started working in a welding shop. And there used to not be any worse alcoholics in the world and winos and welders. And I put up with them growing up. And saw how big a damn idiot they could make of themselves. I guess that was part of my deal. Daniel, did they serve that beer to you at room temperature? That's what always got me. First time I was over there, I walked in a place and ordered a beer, and they brought it to me, and it was at room temperature. I said, "No, man, I want a cold beer." They went and got ice and put in it. There ain't nothing worse than a bunch of GIs about drinking, though, and you can't really blame them. They might not wake up tomorrow. I got to listening to Dwight Yoakam a while ago. I forgot about a lot of the songs he cut. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, that was something else I learned, Janice. Well, that's good. I'm glad he does, Crystal. It's not a bad little old town. I never did get used to it. Of course, I didn't stay in Germany very long. I wasn't over there but about 2.5 weeks. I got back in Nam, and about the only beer you could get over there was that damn San Miguel. Whew, that's all. One can would be normal, and next can would be so green you couldn't hardly drink it. Well, I learned one thing in the 2 or 3 times I was down there, Janice. You don't jump up and try to drink beside them Aussies. You see some little gal that weighs 105 pounds soaking wet, and she drink you plumb under the damn table. Well, I just lost about once a year. It'd be really, really hot, and I'll take no snow on a beer. It was in the 50s and 60s here today, Christmas. How much longer you got in Quartzsite, Crystal? I didn't stay in Germany long enough to pick up too much stuff. I sort of figured that might happen. I didn't know if you had a deadline or not. Yeah, Lily Crystal's my neighbor by about, what, 200 miles, 250 miles. I bet they do. You'd beat a fella to death if you were close enough to him when you were talking, Janet. I had people tell me, said it don't do you any good to drink. Said you don't change a bit. Said you're the same before you ever had a drink until you had 10 of them. Yeah, that's somebody asked me here a while back. Said, you like to be 18 years old again? Hell no. I ain't no telling how bad I could screw it up the second time as bad as I messed it up the first time. Well, I'm planning on that 023. I'm not going to promise anybody because it seems like every time I get ready to go, something happens. Me and Badge were talking about it the other night. He said, if you go, I might just go. Hmm, I didn't know that, Daniel. Hello, Fairy Dust. Everybody's having trouble with their computer lately. I got a trip up there I need to make. I've got another shindig I need to go to in July. So I'm going to try to go to that one first and then swing back around and come back to Montana. Hello, Mr. Busby. I bet. I bet you had a ball, Johnny. Oh, man, I'm great. Everything cool. day you get up in the morning and you on top of the grass until the bottom of it, it's a great day, buddy. Yeah, that's funny over in Europe. That water is that's hard to come by. You had a pretty good day, Mr. Busby. Yeah, that's good. You at home or you at Quartzsite? Oh, okay. Hello, Arizona Dan. There you go. Yeah, maybe we'll run across each other, Dan. The last time I used to go out there to Oregon quite a bit, but the last time or the times I was out there, I was in a hurry. I never did have time to really look around. Hmm. Let us know how it works, JJ. You have a good night, Crystal. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, Crystal, stay out of trouble, and if you can't stay out of trouble, have a good time. Jessica, if I was any better, I couldn't stand it. Lord, if I went to bed at 7 o'clock, unless I'm sick, well, I'd wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be through. I'd be up drinking coffee. A little bit. I was. I went over there to escort an old boy back to Vietnam, and so most of my time was taken up while I was over there, Daniel. And the old boy jumped ship or got on a ship and messed around and wound up in Germany before they caught him. They wall. Oh, he's crazy today. I don't know what's wrong with that dog. Every time I take him outside, he just goes running, running circles. I really didn't get to see too much of it, Daniel. We appreciate it, Crystal. Ooh, man, I hadn't thought about that town in a long time. We don't have any snow here. We got a little rain, and that was it. It cooled off, but it's getting up in the 50s and low 60s at night. I mean, the daytime. We don't get much snow where I live in Waco. Normally, when the weather's not as screwed up as it is this year, they we get a snow about every 4 or 5 years, just enough to cover the ground up. Of course, last year we had that crazy storm. Yeah, that's just something you don't have here in the state. Yeah, everybody keeps talking about that, don't they, Busby? Yep, and a lot of people did. I think was talking to Amy, and Amy said they got some snow flurry and nothing stuck. Amy's about 200 miles north of me, but she's in the edge of the hill country, so she's a little higher. Yeah, Ponder, Texas. I think Amarillo got a ton. I think. Well, I heard. Oh, now I need to ponder that statement, Busby. You know, Dan, I was out there. I don't know how many times, and I never caught it when they were picking the apples when I was out there. Really? Ooh. Yeah, there's so many people I want to meet up there that I imagine I'll stay pretty busy. I'll probably stay a little longer than just to meet up. Maybe get there a couple days early and stay for a couple days after everybody leaves. Yeah, they're neat, aren't they, JJ? I'm trying to think of where that aquarium was. I went to an aquarium one time. It had a glass tube that you walk through. You're actually under the water and fish, sharks, and crap are all around you. I got to admit, Lillian, I'm not a real big saltwater fan. I get I get caught up on that saltwater pretty damn quick. Really. The last time I was out there, what's the river that runs between Washington and Oregon? Really? They'd have hell in Texas. Columbia, yeah. Well, I had a fishing trip for those sturgeon out there booked in, and something happened. I didn't get to make it. I had to cancel it. Them things get huge. At Columbia River Gorge or something else. I sat there one day for about 4 or 5 hours watching them uh, with those sailboards. That's not what they call them. But in that one area where that wind was so high, ooh, there was a jillion of them things out there. Something else that's amazing is when you come out of eastern Oregon and drop down in that river, boy, the whole world changes up. People don't realize that eastern Washington and eastern Oregon are desert, high desert. Hello, Nate. How you doing, buddy? Good river, yeah. I tell you what, I think the prettiest place I've ever been in the United States was that Idaho Montana border. That highway runs right down the border of Idaho. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, okay. So you're gonna go up early then. When is what's the dates on the shindig up there? Ninth to the 16th. Well, you're gonna get up there just about right. Never made it there, Daniel. Yeah, I do too. Surely it will be. You know, there's a lot of pretty places in this old country and all over the world that people don't know about. Hey, Ernie, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a while. You been doing all right, Ernie? How you and that new job getting along? I have to admit, of all the places I've been, Australia and New Zealand are my favorites. Anybody want to come up? Come on. Oh yeah. Well, Texas is my number one, Janice. I got to admit that. Mm. Hello, Moon. How did that burn chat jump? I like to missed you there. Well, I sort of got a twofold reason for wanting to go out there and meet everybody, and then the other thing is, well, me and my wife are delivering them RVs. We went to a lot of places, but didn't get to spend any time there. And some of those routes I want to retrace and spend a little time. Sorry about that, Moon. I wasn't watching watching down there. I'm doing good. How you doing?
That's all right. I've only been there for half an hour. I'm just kidding. Hello, everybody in chat. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good. Can't complain at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a little tour down through the redwoods. Not a whole lot, but a little bit.
I was watching your live the other day. You're saying because of your smoking. Well, you said you didn't care if you got monetized or not, so you don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I need to find that and read it.
Basically, what it is when you smoke, if your revenue, you might, like any certain commercials, they won't use on so you won't get full or any revenue on it. So
yeah, well, I don't care about that.
Yeah, see, so then you don't have to worry about anything. You can continue as usual.
Well, that's a weird deal, and a lot of people. I always tell people to go look that up and read it because they think it's a bunch of bull, but it's really not.
Yeah. And then you can't cuss in the first 8 seconds, and then if you do cuss in the rest of the video, then you might lose some revenue.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell you what, they're getting crazy all the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting close to getting monetized here pretty soon, so we'll see how it goes.
How close are you?
Well, I've already submitted everything. They're just checking out my channel now. So I've got my 4K and I got my 1K on subscribers.
Well, I'm fixing to roll 14,000 watch hours.
So all you got to do is get the subscribers. That's easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm stuck around 400, and of course I don't push it. I mean,
yeah, I didn't either. But basically you just gotta go to other people's lives that nobody knows you. Like other communities, and pick up some people that way. That's the way I did it. Go check out other people's communities, and they subscribe to me. I subscribe to them, and watch their stuff. They watch my stuff.
Well, it's funny. I can go into just about any live and somebody else say, "Uh-oh, here comes trouble."
Well, see, they know you.
Yeah, they know me, but
Hmm.
it cracked me up. Az, Dan, you came home in you went over in '69. That's when I came home. I went over in '67 and '68 and came home in '69.
So I see Kenny. He's still not home yet, huh?
Oh no, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah. What happened?
Avon, how
Yeah.
you doing?
That's what happens when you get sick, and then all of a sudden, and the nurses have to go check out the home, and yeah, that's the
Well,
bad.
in the long run, it's gonna be the best thing that ever happened, Kenny.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they need to whatever. I don't know that's the whole situation, but yeah,
And so
it's better for them.
yeah. Well, that and I've been telling Kenny all along. Somebody filled Kenny's head full of a bunch of BS about what his grandpa was eligible for, and his grandpa should have been 100% a long time ago.
Yeah, you just have to fight it. My mom, she was. I remember she had to go get a lawyer, one of those free ones, and they went to court, and they finally the judge, oh, okay, yeah, and she got full disability. You know,
Yeah,
but if you got the medical stuff, I mean, come on, if he can't work, can't do anything, he should be.
yeah. Well, and with the diabetes and losing a leg and all that stuff, well, man,
Yeah.
that was a
And then
shoe
I
in.
think he almost lost the other one too, huh?
Yeah, that's why he wound up in the hospital.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I heard the story. He was saying, like, he already had like I guess maggots in there. God, that's not good.
Yeah,
You
just
know.
and Kenny, I was talking to Kenny the other night. And he had his biggest highs and his biggest lows in the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. I know he lost his dog, and I know
And he had a
all
good
kinds.
time on that cruise. Had a blast, when
Yeah,
had a blast going to quartzsite, and
yeah.
then everything turned to crap after he got home.
But I think if it would have happened before he left, he would have never done it. He wouldn't
No,
have left. You know.
no, uh-uh.
So at least he got to experience all that, and stuff happens. You just have to roll with the punches, as they say.
Avon, how you doing? What part of the country are you from? I haven't seen that name before.
She probably sells Avon for one thing.
He he or she.
Yeah. My grandmother used to, back in the 70s, she used to sell Avon.
Well, that got to be a big deal. My wife was a director in that Mary Kay business. She
Yeah,
sold,
that one too. Yeah, I got the Cadillac, the pink
yeah,
Cadillac, and all
she,
that stuff.
she had, yeah, JJ, they getting to be some pressure put on them about the vets. It is so much better than it was the first time I got sick. First time I got sick, that's been 25 years ago.
Yeah,
And I wound up in the VA for a week. And at that time, the attitude was, well, what the hell are you doing in my hospital?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah. They
it's
don't want to.
not like that anymore.
And but you know what? It's even getting worse in the regular. Or here where I live, they're both hospitals in the area are bankrupt. They're going under.
The
And
civilian hospitals or,
yeah, civilian hospitals. And the thing is, they're saying that if that they're going to lose their, like, say if somebody has a heart attack, they're not going to be certified to take care of them there.
mm,
So they're going to end up having to go an hour and a half by ambulance if they're having a heart attack, or by helicopter, half hour. you know it's like, no, that's not good.
Well,
you know
really, I can get in to see a doctor 10 times as fast as a civilian can. You just walk in there, and not the emergency room, but just walk in. My provider will.
yeah
I get in there within that day. And
yeah
civilians sometimes they're 3 months.
oh yeah, I mean, the medical system is broke, and they ain't fixing it. you know but yet, our ex-president said that, everybody's going to get the same kind of service he got, with 10 doctors. It's like, what have you been smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, if you get
Now
sick, wait,
I
we got
gotta
to take care
agree.
of you.
I gotta agree with you on that. I work with some vets, and on that suicide prevention deal, and
Yeah,
it's weird. The the ones that really need it and are really in bad shape are not. Uh, they're not sharp enough to. Hello, kicking. They're not sharp enough to take up for themselves. That's what's
yeah.
so bad about them. Wind up with a sack full of pills, and that's it.
Oh yeah, they always want to subscribe stuff to, you know. It's like my wife, when she ended up in the hospital, last May, because she had a stroke. I mean, because she got agitated because she didn't know where she was at, and we couldn't go and stay there with her because, of the big C. So we're not allowed to stay there and take care of her. So now they're gonna supposedly take care of you in the hospital.
Yeah.
So then they sedated her one night, and she didn't get up till the next afternoon, like 2, 3 in the afternoon. And like,
Yeah,
oh well, we're not doing.
you look like you're doing a dance that with the picture is cutting out from behind you.
Oh yeah, it's the my well, I guess green screen as they call it, but I don't have a screen. It's just the picture I put up.
Yeah, it's dropping your left shoulder. Look like somebody took a bite
Yeah,
out. It's funny.
yeah.
Scott, what you been up to? Are you feeling better? Oh, sometimes it's hard to pass up some comments in this damn screen without making a wisecrack.
Yeah. Well, you know how YouTube is with that C word,
Yeah,
and they'll put a thing on the bottom, you know, spreading false information.
well, I'm
Oh
glad
man.
you're feeling better. Y'all had a round up there, haven't you, Scott? I tell you what,
Yeah.
that's one statistic that I hate is that, what is it, 22 vets a day commit suicide.
Yeah.
That's
And then how many are homeless? You know.
not 22. Yeah, 22. Uh, yeah, it's crazy.
But yet we go and give money to other countries because, oh, they need it.
Oh, don't get me
Yeah.
started on that. Oof.
I
As
mean,
long
it's
as
like,
there, as long as there is one homeless person having to live on the street because they've got to, they shouldn't be able to send one damn red cent out of the United States.
yeah, that's what I. And in
I'm
every country is the same way. They show you like, oh, look, come here, come to the Philippines. There's a beautiful look at. They show you the resorts, but they don't show you the side streets, as they say. Look at L.A. I
Mike,
mean,
what are you up to? Yeah, I know it. That's what now. We had a balanced budget, and they took care of some of that crud. What could that $44 billion do that they gave Ukraine here the other
oh
day?
yeah, start saying, hey, you know what, fix it, or you don't get paid for not doing your job.
Yeah.
You're elected to get to do a job, and you're not doing it. You know,
Hey, I had a good friend of mine that was my banker when I was in business. Good, straight up guy. I'm talking about. If he told you something, that's the way it was. And I dealt with him for 20 years. And he got into politics and wound up a senator.
hmm
And in 3 years, he was just crooked as the rest of them.
well, yeah, you know what happens. If you want to pass anything, you gotta rub hands with the shit.
Well,
you
we
know,
need to get enough decent folks up there at one time to kick that system in the ass.
yeah, it's like my older son. He wanted to get into politics, and I told him, "Oh, so you're gonna be crooked?" He's, "Oh no," and I go, "Well, then you ain't gonna make it." you know,
Yeah.
got to go with the flow, or not get elected.
Oh, yeah. Some of these places are something. They just need to kick the whole damn crew out and start over. Is what they need to do. They we
Yeah.
they'll never do it, but the only thing that would give us a shot at it at all was if they got term limits in there and they had it where
Yep.
they serve one term and that's it.
Yeah.
Uh, it'd still be crooked, but it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. Just
it's a never-ending story, as they say.
yeah. Well, and the thing about me, there's just no damn common sense anymore. 99% of the problems we got here are just there ain't nothing to it, but common sense will take care of it. Look
Yeah.
up. Yeah, that's true.
Well, like I think they're trying to pass a law here in California about electric vehicles that they're not allowed to sell. They're not going to be allowed to sell any gas vehicles here. I forget what year they're saying by,
Yeah,
but
isn't
it's
that
like
something? See a deal.
they got to fix the electrical system first. You know.
Did you see that deal that where they're wanting to outlaw gas stoves?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know
Yeah, boy.
why they want you to go electric with all
Yeah,
stoves and everything.
yeah.
Uh, but guess what? They still use natural gas to create electricity. You know that?
You know what blows me up about that, and I'm gonna say this and then shut up about it. But right here in Texas, within 100 miles of me, they've shut 6 power plants down. Now the damn grid can't keep up with what's out there now. What in the
Yeah.
hell they doing shutting the power plants down? And then they think that they're gonna take 200 million cars and plug them in and charge them. I'm sorry, that ain't gonna happen.
yeah.
But
Well, I
I think,
know. I mean, what was it? A couple of years that you guys lost electricity for how many months or weeks?
yeah. Well, I really believe a lot of that is just smoke screen that can keep people thinking about that instead of the some of the crap that's going on. I I've got
Yeah.
a cousin of mine that's a school teacher. Her husband's a superintendent, and they invited me to a party one night. And they probably won't do that again, but they got me over there, and she came up to me and said, "What do you think? We got to pass some laws on these damn assault weapons." I
Oh.
said, uh, I said, "Let me ask you something. What is an assault weapon?" She
Yeah.
said, "Well, it's one that you can just pull the trigger and it shoots." I said, "No, that's a damn machine gun. You
Yeah.
can't go buy one of them."
Yeah, I
And
know. People think because it's black, it's black and shiny and big, you know.
well, she popped off then and said, "Well, it looks like a military weapon." And I said, "Yeah, Mattel Toys builds one too, made out of plastic. You gonna ban that one?"
Yeah.
I said, "Y'all are not really that friggin' stupid, are you?" And that lit a bunch of educators up. And
No, and the thing is, they blame it on the gun. It doesn't matter how many laws they pass. The
well,
people are
what
gonna buy illegally if whoever wants to kill somebody, you
what
know.
what's funny about it? I told her, I said, "Y'all are not that stupid. I don't believe." But you got a politician up here that every time something bad happens, they're going to pass a new law. I said that the people that did these shootings broke 100 damn laws doing it.
Yes.
Why in the hell don't they enforce what they got? They can't do nothing about it, so they hoodwink y'all about, we're going to pass another law. We're going to cure this. And
Yeah,
I
like
said,
California. Here in California, you can't have certain rifles. This guy that did a shooting up in Gilroy at the Garlic Festival not a couple of years back. He went to Arizona, purchased the weapon, and just drove it across the border because there is no, when you go across borders, there's nobody checking your vehicle. What do they check for? Any plants? Any plants coming across? No? Okay, go ahead. And he went and shot people up over there. And oh well, we got to ban more of those guns. Yeah, and what?
"Well,
The gun that he used was already banned.
what
He
about
broke
in
the law.
England?" Yeah, there you go. That's just what I was fixing to say. That guy in England killed 41 people with a knife.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they actually banned a hell of a lot of knives in England because of
Yeah.
that. Well, my lord, kitchen knife. And anyway, yeah, the, I don't know. That
But
illegal
but
alien is another deal down here in Texas. That boy, that's a hot subject.
but yet, my son was checking on this because he's been getting he's into guns and stuff like that. He checked and he said that a person that becomes, like, say, if I want to go become a sheriff, like a volunteer sheriff or whatever, then I can have a concealed weapon, and I can go with the concealed weapon on an airplane. I can carry it even in the UK, because if you're a sheriff in the UK, you're allowed to carry a gun over there.
Yeah, well, that might be
So
true. I like
yeah, it's like,
we got a governor in Texas that's a cool dude. They just passed that law here a while back. In Texas, you don't have to have a permit. If you're 21 years old and don't have a felony against you, you can carry
yeah,
a gun concealed, not concealed. It don't make no difference. And boy, some of these people that have been robbing these people and doing stuff are getting their butts blown off.
oh yeah, it's like, hey,
They are.
coming to the house.
Yeah,
But we need more police, so that way when something happens, they'll be there after the fact.
well, and they can't help that. I mean, that's just a nature. You got to take care of yourself. And that's getting to be
Yeah.
the attitude in Texas is that don't worry about calling a cop. Take care of it and then call them.
Well, yeah. I mean, because they're not going to get there in time, anyways.
No, they
And if
can't.
they
They
and if
can't be
they
everywhere.
and it, yeah, and if they do, they're gonna they're gonna end up shooting the innocent person. You know.
Yeah, sometimes it works that way. Anyway, we're gonna quit politics there and start
Yeah.
talking about something else.
So how's the weather over there?
Well, I tell you what, it cooled down a whole lot from what it was.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know. This week it went down to the 30s and 40s here. It was up in the, at nighttime it was in the 50s and 60s, and all of a sudden, 30s, 40s.
Well, here it's been up in the 70s and 80s for about the last 2 weeks in the daytime.
Yeah,
And I've got
yeah,
tickled talking to Roy. Waco has been warmer than Quartzsite has.
yeah.
I keep Janice. I keep a 4.5 inch knife on my belt all the time, and it's just a tool.
Yeah.
It just
You
some of
can
the
you
problems
can
I was
you can
talking about.
carry a breaker bar in your car, but it's got to have a socket on it.
Yeah, the
Because if it doesn't have a socket on it, it's a weapon. If it has a socket on it, it's a tool.
well, my deal is some of that problems I was talking about other night is I've lost my grip, like something like a plastic, like on a package of crackers or something like that. I can't open it,
Oh yeah, you're.
and so I use that knife all the time.
Mm.
So,
Have you tried maybe like getting like
oh, I do.
just to straighten your
No, it's fingertips. It's not going to help that.
your
Um,
sensitivity? Your
yeah,
sensitivities,
and I
you're
just
losing it.
don't have a strength in my hands anymore. And my hands used to
Yeah,
be stout. Several times in my life, I've got hold of a pair of regular CT pliers, which are the best ones you can buy, and clamp down on them so damn hard that I'd break the jaw off of one of
yeah,
them. And either that or I'd pop my wrist out of place.
yeah.
I know I won't, Janice. That's the reason I don't fly anymore. Well, my deal that I was talking about the other night is working so much better than most of the people that had the same problem. I ain't jacking with nothing.
Well, you can carry a samurai sword, and as long as you're showing it, there's no problem.
I can carry one on my belt all I want to in Texas.
Yeah, in Texas, yeah, California, yeah, anything. Well, you can as long as it's showing, but if you conceal any of it, like the butt or anything, then you get in trouble. Pocket knives, it's got to be under 4 inches.
Yeah. See, they threw all them laws out in Texas.
Yeah,
They, but and then there's some states that's always been that way. I think Arizona's open carry state has been for
yeah,
years.
yeah, and I think you can conceal also, carry
Mon-
concealed in
Montana,
Arizona.
Montana, and Wyoming were you could carry there, just wasn't no problem.
Yeah, and then I think Oklahoma, you can just walk in and just hand them the money, and they'll give you a gun. You don't even have to wait.
You don't wait here in Texas. You go in and fill that paperwork out, and they'll run it, and there's no waiting period.
No 10-day waiting period like here.
No, you walk
Yeah,
in by it.
yeah, yeah. My brother just moved out over that way. His son, he's in San Antonio, and he's in some other state, like close to San Antonio. It's a small little state. I forget what the name of it is.
State or town?
And it's a town, I guess. Yeah, it would be a town.
I was fixing to
Yeah,
say San Antonio's a long damn ways from any other state.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a town, some town close by there. Not too big of a town. He said houses are pretty cheap there. So
The You start down through there, you got Dallas and Houston and Fort Worth, and Austin.
Yeah, no, this is a small
Yeah,
town. Yeah,
but that's
but
your basic big towns in
but
Texas.
yeah, his son lives in San Antonio. My nephew, and they just moved down that way recently.
And there's a lot of people moving in here. The damn construction here is going crazy.
Yeah, and my brother he does construction work. He had his own business here in California, building houses, remodeling any kind of anything from the ground up.
Yeah, Jay, we'll be thinking about you. Texas is not a bad state to live in. No income tax, no state income tax.
Oh
Property
no,
taxes are pretty high, but yeah, them,
how's the electric bills there?
they're not all that bad. But just like up north, they've got the heating bills that we don't have.
Mm.
Yeah, go down to 10 if you think 20 is bumpy.
Highway 10, yeah,
Yeah, Highway 10. If you get
it's so old.
in
That's why.
November, the about the time you hit that Louisiana border on 10,
Hmm.
you could be riding a bull and it'd be just about as smooth.
Sounds like I don't know if you ever been in Arizona on 17 back then.
Oh yeah,
Man, that thing was like I remember back in 1980. It was like you're like
yeah. The They got a funny story about 17 from that's the one that runs from Flagstaff to Phoenix, isn't it?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
pulling a 38-foot fifth wheel RV, about a $200,000 trailer, when I was delivering them things, and I turned there in Flagstaff, and they got all the pullouts for the truck.
Yeah.
I got up on top of that first mountain and pulled off, and I thought it didn't feel right. And I got to checking, and the electric brakes that went out on that big fifth wheel. And I called the company. They said, "You can't fix it." I said, "No, it's inside the trailer."
Yeah.
And the anyway, I told them. They said, "Well, if you can get it on in, get it on in." I said, "Okay, but y'all tell me right now if I wreck my truck or wreck this trailer, y'all liable for it. You're telling me to do it." Well,
Yeah.
they finally agreed to that, and
In writing? In writing?
well, I had it recorded, so it was
Oh,
pretty well locked in, and
yeah.
I made them put it in on the tickets. It was written in on the ticket. But I drove from that first mountain pass down from Flagstaff all the way to Phoenix without a sign of brakes on that damn big ass truck. That was a hell of a ride.
You had to use the jake brake, huh?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have jakes on that truck then. They
Oh, not
weren't.
on that one? Oh.
It was the only good thing is it was I was a standard transmission. So that
Ah,
was
yeah. So you downshift.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a steep. Some of them grades 20 miles long.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I lived in Glendale, Arizona for a year, going to school over there, Arizona Automotive. And yeah, I remember coming over the little mountains there, and they were kind of steep.
Yeah, that's a wild
A
highway.
lot of curves
But
too.
there's a there's sure some pretty country around Hope
Yeah,
and Payson and back in there that people just don't realize it's in Arizona.
yeah.
So, boy, you got left out in this chat, didn't you? Kicking. If you want to talk to intelligent people. Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We don't have to be intelligent on here.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been looking around a little bit. There's a lot of different uh, video programs popping up. If YouTube don't change some of their attitude, they're gonna get burned, I think. And I don't think there's as many people on YouTube as there used to be when that
Well,
virus.
that's why they're doing the shorts. They're trying to get the people from TikTok come over,
Well,
you know, and
they're
paying
hurting.
people.
They're hurting themselves pushing them short.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll see how it goes here.
You gone, Busby? Uh,
Yeah, bye bye, Busby.
yeah, yeah. Somebody got to work. Bad, sad as that is.
Yeah, yeah, because we gotta have to get a job so we can pay for eggs.
Yeah, yeah. I'm fixing to them quail that I'm raising. Gonna take care of them eggs for me. I think
Oh yeah.
that's one reason I started raising them.
So quail eggs for for breakfast or just
We just use them like regular chicken eggs.
like chicken eggs? Are they big enough or
It takes several of them to make a chicken egg, but
okay.
these quail that I'm raising, one of them little old hens will lay 300 eggs a year.
Ah, that's not bad.
So you don't have to have many of them.
Yeah.
And plus, the quail are good to eat.
Yeah.
Uh, well, there's some programs beside TikTok out there. Up till now, nobody else was paying any money. Well, now
Yeah.
TikTok is, and some of these other programs are coming up. And
Yeah, everybody's Instagram, I think. But so far I think that they're saying that YouTube pays the most. So but then the thing is there's other ways of making money on YouTube. You don't even have to get monetized.
no,
People just don't know how to. They're not. They don't know how to utilize it. But they can do it even be without being monetized. If they have a lot of followers and they get a lot of views and stuff, you can make money by like getting affiliates.
yeah,
Like Amazon and anytime that somebody clicks on that link that you put into your videos or your lives, then you get money off of that.
yeah. It's YouTube had it really good for a long time because they pretty well had that market cornered,
Yeah.
and it ain't like it now. It's gonna be a pretty good shake up in it.
Oh yeah. The thing is, everybody thinks they're going to make kinds of money on these shorts, but they're going to be flooding it with so many shorts that your short's not going to take that long. You know how usually your short once it hit a lot of views and then it kept going and going. Now there's going to be so many in there that you're just going to get lost in the crowd and it's going to fall off and it won't get as many views as it you should have.
Well, and I don't think as many people are on YouTube as there used to be during that.
Yeah, a lot of people are going away from it because they're getting dinged because of music, the new smoking, people and drinking,
Nah,
they get, so and then
too
the profanity.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is I don't think there's as many people there because people were having to stay home and
Well, yeah, that too. People had to go back to work
yeah, and there
and
was
they don't have. Yeah, I know a lot of people that were really into YouTube and they haven't put a video out for months, you know, years because they had to go back to work and And the only ones that are really going is the kids. The ones that live at home with mommy and don't have to worry about paying bills.
They it's going to be interesting to watch. I
Yeah.
haven't looked at that Odyssey. I looked at that Rumble, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I've heard of the Rumble.
Rumble is, and you go in there, and if you're rocking and rolling, you can start making money the first day you're there.
And I heard that you can transfer all your videos from YouTube to there.
Yeah, and like I say, there's going to be some changes made.
Oh yeah.
They haven't got a monopoly on it like they used to have. Yeah, Troy, you got a pretty good woman you married to there to put up with you and them boys. Kenny and them two boys of yours. There's got to be a house full.
Yeah, I heard Kenny's voice changed, huh?
Yeah, I was giving Kenny a hard time about that. I told him his
And what
voice.
did somebody kick him in the? I don't know if you ever seen that video where they show the Bee Gees. They were singing, and then all of a sudden, this guy comes in and he goes, "No, no, no, no!" And then he kicks them all three of them in the groin, and then they're like, "Ah!" So then
Yeah,
their voice changed. So
yeah,
now they became famous. Hmm.
yeah. It. I think Amber holds her own pretty good. Oh, Kenny done cost so much that he's hoarse all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's all them taste tests he does.
There you go.
And I give it a 10 out of 1 and 10.
Ken, Kenny's a character. He cracks me up.
Yeah, I know. It's like everything is a 10. I'm like, okay, I wonder what it's going to be today.
I
It's a 10.
I get a kick out of getting Kenny laughing.
Oh, I know. And he starts spitting out his water or his coffee.
You got the fear in him, huh? Kicking.
Hmm.
That boy something else. I'd like to have been a little mouse on that ship.
Hmm. Hmm.
There you go, kicking. Well, Kenny's a good guy, though. I like him. He just,
Yeah.
and I tell you what, I imagine that's been an experience with Kenny too, because it's just been him and Paul most of his life.
Yeah.
And to get around them boys cutting up and going on, and Scott and Amber.
Yeah. I wonder if Kenny's finally wearing underwear now. He's always saying, I don't wear no underwear.
And boy, the mess.
I had a cousin that was same way. And I told him, what are you gonna do when you split your pants if you're out somewhere? At least the underwear is gonna cover up something. You know, you squat down and all of a sudden split. You know, it's gonna be a scary sight.
Yeah, I think Amber. I told Amber I was gonna send her a boat paddle, wood boat paddle, and she keep them boys in line with. Oh me, boy, Well, we've been on here just about an hour and a half, so I guess it's about time to shut this thing down. Yeah. But I appreciate you coming up, Moon.
Yeah, no problem, man. Day off today and tomorrow. So
y'all all have a good night. We'll see you.
All righty. Night, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.